Happy Friday. We are filming this on November the 17th, and we are going to take a look at what are the forecasts for the housing market in 2024. Let's jump right in here to the three big guys that have been predicting home prices for 2024. And if you take the average, we're looking at about a year-over-year increase of 1.5% appreciation to 2.8. That's good news. If you own a home, it's going to continue to appreciate. And if you don't, now is the time to buy, get off the fence. What else does that mean? That means that we are looking at a healthy appreciation rate, and it is not so high that it's going to continue at like 20-30% year-over-year appreciation. So it's a much healthier, sustainable appreciation rate, which is a good thing. Next, let's take a look at these top 20 housing markets. And Atlanta, extremely stable there at the top with a 1% month-over-month price increase. So all over the news where it's like, oh my gosh, prices are falling, it's horrible, blah, blah, blah. This does not support that at all. Top 20 housing market, month over month, appreciation up, not going backwards. All right, let's take a look. Next, total house sales forecast in the millions. If you look across the board, we're looking the averages of those somewhere between 4.8 million sales and 5.2. Why are we seeing that this is going to be less homes sold? Well, because people were moving for any reason. Like, I like this kitchen layout better over here. I like this kitchen, or I like this bedroom or bathroom or whatever. Why? Because interest rates were so cheap. So they were just very much making lifestyle moves. We are not seeing that anymore. So we're going to see that pull back. That's not a bad thing. We're going back to around 5 million in sales is the amount of homes we sold for decade. And it was a very healthy market. The 6 reasons people move, it's the 6 Ds: diamonds, diapers, downsizing, diplomas, death, and divorces. Those are life changes, life events that cause people to move what home they're living in. That will continue to show up next year, and we'll have a very healthy market at about 5 million sales. Now, let's look at the past 49 years, the average monthly price movement. So in the past 49 years, you see that increase in price peak in the spring, summer market, and kind of with the seasonality of fall, winter come back down. What does that look like versus 2023? Well, this is national again. But look at that. We saw that pull back in January slightly and then right back up above the average in the spring months. So if you are thinking about buying, I cannot continue saying this enough, now is a good time. Now let's take a look at the life-changing events that took place over the last 2 years, because we have this backlog of buyers and demand that is still there. And we know this because there was over 7 million births. We had over 7 million people reach the age of 65. 4 million people passed away, 3 million marriages, so creating new households, and 1.5 million divorces, so also creating another separate household. So how does that show up? That's your 5 million in sales, but also that backlog of demand that is still there. People are waiting. Now, what if you're renting and you're not taking advantage of this? Well, here's what happens. The net worth gap between people who own homes and people who rent is widening. Look at how much difference there is between people who own and people who rent. On average, the net worth of a homeowner is about $400,000 and only about $10,000 for a renter. That's a huge gap, and it's going to continue to widen. All right, last but not least, mortgage projections. Where are we going to end up? Are rates going back into the 3s? No, probably not in our lifetime. Yet we are looking at normal. We are at historically average interest rates, and it looks like we are going to hover in that general direction. We see anything from 7.4 to 6.5 being the projections of the main forecasters. So, how about Atlanta? What have we seen? Well, interestingly enough, we did not see 100% sales price to list price. That's the biggest thing I wanted to tell you, except that because that's the headline is like, oh, we were at 100% sales price to list price, now we're at 98%. No, last week, our median closed price was right at 400,000. Our median closed house now, 415 was the list price and 407,990 was the sales price, the median of 16 days on market. So that is what the news headline is saying versus reality. So the actual sales price median went up, even though the list to sales price, there was negotiation. So let me know. You need an agent that understands the local market and what's coming. Reach out to me, DM me on anywhere you're seeing this video. And then if you're an agent who needs to understand what is going on at a higher level, feel free to reach out as well. Have a fantastic week.